In this video we will go through the host defenses, and we will categorize the host defenses into specific and non-specific defenses, and we will further look on the innate immunity. Host defenses are composed of two complementary, frequently interacting systems. First is the non-specific defenses and the second is specific defenses. The non-specific defenses are also called as innate immunity, and specific defenses are called acquired immunity. The non-specific defenses which protect us against microorganisms in general, and the specific immunity or defenses which protect us against a particular microorganism. The non-specific defenses are called innate immunity, and they are further categorized into three categories. First is the physical barriers. There are some structures in the body that act as physical barriers, such as the skin and the mucous membranes. Second is the phagocytic cells. Phagocytic cells are an important component of the non-specific immunity. These cells include neutrophils, macrophages, and natural killer cells. And the third category in the non-specific defenses is proteins. There are some proteins that are involved in the non-specific defense mechanisms, and these proteins include complement proteins, lysozymes, and interferons. The specific defenses are mediated by antibodies and the T lymphocytes. And now we will go through the skin and the mucous membranes. The intact skin is the first line of defense against many organisms. In addition to the physical barrier that is provided by the skin, the fatty acids secreted by sebaceous glands in the skin have antimicrobial and antifungal activity, and this increase in fatty acid production at puberty explains the resistance to ringworm fungal infections that occur at the time of puberty. The pH of skin is between 3 and 5, and this acidic pH is also a barrier against the infections. And this low pH is because of the fatty acids that are produced by the sebaceous glands, and this low pH has an antimicrobial effect. Although many organisms live on or in the skin as members of the normal flora, they are harmless as long as they do not enter the skin. The second important defense that is provided by the structure that provides the defense is the mucous membrane of the respiratory tract, which is lined with the cilia and covered with mucus. The first structure that the physical barrier that was providing defense against microorganism was the skin, and the second is the mucous membranes. So the mucous membrane of the respiratory tract is lined with cilia, and it is covered with the mucus. The coordinated beating of cilia drives the mucus up to the nose and mouth, where the trapped bacteria can be expelled. This mucociliary apparatus, the ciliary, which is known as the ciliary elevator, it is called as ciliary elevator, can be damaged. This ciliary elevator can be damaged by alcohol, cigarette smoke, and viruses, and the damage predisposes the host to the bacterial infection. When this ciliary elevator is affected either by alcohol, cigarette smoke, or viruses, the organisms can enter into the respiratory tract and they can cause infection. Some other protective mechanisms of the respiratory tract involve alveolar macrophages, lysozyme in tears, and mucus. The alveolar macrophages are called as tissue macrophages. In the hematopoietic lineage of the macrophages, there are some cells, the precursor cells of macrophages, called as monocytes. Monocytes are the cells that are present in the blood. They are circulating in the body. But when the monocytes enter into the tissues, they are called as macrophages or tissue macrophages, and there are several examples of tissue macrophages, and one of those example is the alveolar macrophages that are present in alveoli. There are some enzymes present in the tears that also act as antimicrobial agents, and the lysozyme is one of them. Then the mucus is also protective again, is also providing protection against the microbes. Furthermore, hairs in the nose and the cuff reflex are also important in excreting the microbes from the respiratory tract. The non-specific protection in the gastrointestinal tract includes the hydrolytic enzymes in the saliva and the acid that is produced by the stomach, and various degradative enzymes and macrophages in the small intestine. The pH, as you know, in the stomach is very low, is very acidic pH, so it is also providing antimicrobial effect. The vagina of adult women is protected by the low pH, which is generated by the lactobacilli that are present in the vagina as the normal flora, and they are producing some acids that are keeping the pH acidic, and it is also providing an antimicrobial effect. The bacteria of the normal flora of skin, nasopharynx, colon, and vagina occupy these ecological niches, preventing pathogens from multiplying in these sites. The importance of the normal flora is appreciated in the occasional case when the antimicrobial therapy suppresses these beneficial organisms, thereby allowing organisms such as Clostridium difficile and Candida albicans to cause infections such as pseudomembranous colitis and vaginitis respectively. These organisms are part of the normal flora of human. They are present in the on skin, in the genital area, and in the gastrointestinal tract, such as colon. But due to the antibiotic or antimicrobial therapy, these organisms are also affected, and their number also decreases, and they can then become opportunistic, and they can cause infections, and they can multiply and cause pseudomembranous colitis and vaginitis respectively.